Welcome to another episode here with the commissioner, your host, your guide, along with the co-host now, my brother. Say
My
hello.
officially the co-host. Hello, hello, hello.
Sure. We'll call it that for today.
Okay,
All right, here to bring you the rest of the games, starts or bench, and some key updates. So you ready to get into this?
let's do it. Let's make it a quick one.
All
Get
right.
into all the good
So
stuff.
a lot of news here on Friday. Number one is Carson. Chris Carson looks like he's going to play. If you're a Chris Carson owner, monitor that
Way to mess things up for me this week, huh?
for Carlos Hyde.
Yeah.
So, like we were talking just earlier, again, I wouldn't start Carlos Hyde or Chris Carson in this game.
So
I just,
the chances of them using Chris Carson the way they would usually use him is pretty low, right? But
yeah, I
then,
think they would want to be careful.
but then that lowers the value of Carlos Hyde.
Yeah. So
So
both for me are benches.
the shit
Like we
show. I
talked
get it.
about, yeah. Godwin
Yeah.
is out. Leonard Fournette is out. So Ronald Jones is a good start. We talked about it. Hopkins is a game time decision. DeAndre Hopkins dealing with some injuries there. So he's a game time decision. So if you're a Hopkins owner, monitor his injury.
Mhm.
Alan Lazard has surgery this week. Wow.
What
That
is
was a
going
big,
on?
yeah.
So he got hurt either in practice or after the game or
I think it was something after the game and they looked at it. So again, he's out indefinitely. Just monitor. We have no updates yet. He did have surgery, so he is out.
just when my team was starting to look up. Like not even
Isn't that
like game time injuries, you know?
isn't that fantasy football?
I
Literally just
guess. No, I'm used to 3-4 injuries a year, but like 5-6 within the first 3-4 weeks.
this
It's
has
a
been an
little
interesting
intense.
season. Yeah. Michael Thomas now has been ruled out. I think they're being careful with the Saints. We thought he was going to play. Jared Cook, the tight end from the Saints, is ruled out. There's a lot of injuries on both the offensive side with the
Hmm.
Saints and the defensive side. So anybody for the Lions is a good start.
So let's go back to Lazard real quick because I got a couple of questions. So if Devontae Adams, I know he's practicing, but if he doesn't play or he's limited, who's your next go-to guy besides MVS?
MVS, and then there's the tight end Tonyan. Tonyan.
Any other wide receivers you would pick up?
No, I just at this point that there's some wide
Tough, right?
receivers, but we don't know what's going to happen. They're going to use somebody for sure. Aaron Rodgers can use anybody,
Hmm.
but Aaron Jones is your start, and then the tight end Tanya was getting a lot of looks.
Hmm.
If Adams isn't there, Lazard isn't there, MVS and Tanyan would be okay starts.
So what you're saying, best thing to do is see what happens during the game, see who he likes,
Exactly.
and okay.
You could take a flyer on any of those, but Devontae Adams, look, I saw his practice. He looks good.
Hmm.
Julio Jones, I saw his practice. I watched it a little bit, some of his catches, and he was fine. He looked better than Ridley. Ridley's dealing with some, I don't know what he's dealing with, but he didn't look good in practice, so he's struggling a little bit. He was hobbled.
Probably just
So
dealing with a hangover, you know.
we'll see. So monitor that. Same thing. Gage on with the Falcons. It's a Monday
Mhm.
night game. He's still in the concussion protocol.
Got it.
And again, Steelers and Titans, we had mentioned before but they are postponed. This is their bye week basically. So that's
So
basically it.
officially they're out.
Yeah, so this is their bye week. The dates you could look on our Instagram. You could look for it. I mean, they're going to play week 7, and so it's all there.
Well,
All right, let's
I
get
don't
into
know what I don't know what happened between Steelers and Titans, but I think they gave Trump COVID. So
too bad.
that's all I'm saying.
Too bad for him.
All right, so Chargers versus the Bucs. Let's go.
All right, Chargers and Bucks. Let's keep it easy. Tom Brady, I'm not starting. I'm afraid to start Tom Brady without Chris Godwin. I don't know where the volume is going to come from. Also, the Scotty the Miller, the other
Hmm.
wide receiver, he looks like he's a game time decision. So I'm iffy on Tom Brady to start. Mike Evans, you have to start. Ronald Jones is a good start. So
I don't know how you don't start Evans this week.
yeah, you have to. Hopefully, there's some volume there. But Chargers have a good defense. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert is now. You could tell the rookie's making mistakes because people have planned for him, right?
Hmm.
I mean, the Panthers looked like a good defense against them last week.
Yep.
That was a shocker. But again, that's a rookie, right?
Yep. So are they thinking about benching him this week or?
No, Tyrod Taylor again. His rib is still broken.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest injuries this year, right?
Doctor was
Doctor punctured his lung. No.
Jeez.
Jeez. And I don't know, for those of you who don't know this, that could really affect your career as a quarterback, number one. Number two, you have no right to sue because anything you consent to that the doctors do on field, you waive whatever liability there is. So
That
if this is a
sucks for him.
career-ending injury for him, because he didn't get his shot, that's tough.
Yeah,
That's
let
a lot
those
of money, and
ribs
that's a lot of games.
let
Yeah.
those ribs heal. All right.
All right, Keenan
Oh,
Allen, we starting?
oh yeah, he looks good with Herbert, especially PPR,
Mhm.
hitting 9 catches, 10 catches. Come on, you're good. You're set.
Okay,
Eckler's a good start too.
here's my issue with the Chargers. Eckler, Kelly, pretty much 50-50 first 3 games or first 2 games. Game number 3, Eckler, 90%.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Why?
and they
Why would you
lost.
do that to us?
And they lost.
And they lost. Yeah.
So
So how much did that fumble really affect the way they used Kelly?
I think it affected somewhat. There's always we don't know what goes into the coaching
Mhm.
staff and how they look at all these errors or mistakes, but it sucks. Hopefully this game he comes back and he plays again. The Bucs have a good defense,
Yeah,
so
that too.
Eckler's a good start because he'll get the majority. But Joshua Kelly's definitely a bench. Everyone else for me is a bench. Mike Williams maybe is a good flyer,
Mhm.
especially in the tight end. I don't know. I'm just again the Bucs have a good defense. The Chargers are traveling, so they're at the Bucs.
Yeah, Chargers look like 2 different teams from week 2 to 3.
And that's what happens when a team has time to prep for a new quarterback, especially a rookie.
I mean, they did super well against the, defending champions. And then.
Yeah, because the KC wasn't ready for Herbert, right? They're like,
But
what do we do? What do we do?
They almost beat KC.
I wish they did, but
right?
Whatever.
They should have had that game.
Stupid Chargers every time. All right.
Yeah.
Ravens at Washington.
All right. So are we starting Lamar this week? What's going on with Lamar?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
You start Lamar because he gives you that foundation. And when he has a bad game, it's still not a bad game. That's the best thing about Lamar.
Yeah, he's definitely not looking like Lamar of 2019, but
no, but you start him because he gives you that safe base. He's not going to ruin your week.
Okay. Fair enough point.
Now, Mark Andrews is a good start. Ravens defense, good start.
Marquise Brown.
Oh my gosh. I have him in a few leagues and I don't know what to do. I have no clue what to do with him.
I want to start him so bad, but I feel like he's either a boom or bust at this point.
At this point, yeah. And this is a better matchup, but Washington's not a bad defense against the pass. So, and then you got the 3-headed monster, Ingram, Dobbins, and Edwards. If you watched that last game on Monday,
who are they going to use?
I don't know who to start. It's like
do you think they flip a coin before they tell someone to go out there?
I don't know. And then Edwards, out of all of them, looked the best on Monday. So I don't know. That's a head scratcher. I wouldn't start anybody.
It definitely seems like they're just going, who's closest to the line? You can go play this play.
Or there's like a line, right? They line up behind each other. Yeah. It's like, you're next, go. Okay.
No, but it's not even that. Sometimes they'll let Ingram run twice, and then they'll use him once, and then use Dobbins 3 times, and then use Ingram once, and then Edwards twice, and then Dobbins once. There's no rhyme or reason to their madness.
And maybe their shoes keep getting untied or something. They keep tying their shoes.
Maybe.
I have no clue.
I don't know. Maybe they have weird rotating P breaks. I don't know.
Yeah. So on Washington, I'm not starting anybody. Terry McLaurin is dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
So he's a game time decision. He might not even play. So monitor that. If he plays, you start him if you have to, if you have no better options.
Honestly,
everybody else.
After week 2, I looked at Washington and went, I can't do any of this. I mean, look, you're going to have a lot of boomer busts on that team, mostly busts. And if you're desperate, go for it. But statistically speaking, there's no good average to gamble on.
Especially against the Ravens. Ravens want to come back and play strong, especially their defense, giving up so many points. So I'm not trusting anybody.
Lamar Jackson's got to prove that he can still play. He can still live up to his hype.
Oh yeah, this is his
and I think he will. I think he will.
Big time. All right.
Cardinals, Panthers.
All right. Cardinals. We talked about Hopkins. He's a game time decision. So monitor that again. Kyler Murray is still a good start. Just the same thing we just talked about Lamar, right? He will run the ball.
Correct. Dude, he's amazing to watch in a very hilarious way.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun watching him. I have no.
It's like he's a little cartoon out there, just like doing his little.
Also on this one, if Hopkins isn't play, watch out. Christian Kirk might come back. He's also he might be a game time decision. I haven't read about him, but Isabella. If Hopkins doesn't play, Drake is always a good start. Especially Hopkins doesn't play, I think Drake is going to get more targets. Okay. And Isabella, the rookie from last year, he looked good last game, so he might be a good guy to start. And their defense is actually a good pickup for me. Maybe not for this game directly, but you could still use them for this game. But guess who they play next week?
The Cardinals. Jets.
the Jets.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So
as you know, the Jets are they're a shit show, but
horrible, and they didn't fire Gaze.
Yeah, they lost and still didn't fire Gaze.
Yeah, that rumor was just a rumor. I hate it. But.
And the way they're not using any of their running backs in any legitimate way. Yeah. The routes they're running, it doesn't look good.
Yeah. For the Panthers, DJ Moore, especially in PPR, you have to start him. He's getting most targets. And Mike Davis looked good last week without McCaffrey. So
Robert Anderson.
Yeah, he's a boomer bust. Yeah, there you go. So that's another boomer bust. Everybody else is a sit on that team.
All right, Vikings at Texans. Let's go.
Hey, remember the Vikings used to be an easy kind of two guys to start?
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a new guy there.
Who's the new guy?
Well, the rookie Justin Jefferson, who went out and scored over, I don't know how many, 140 yards or something, got a touchdown. So they used to use him in the slot, and then they put him on the outside, the Diggs role. And he's explosive, so he exploded. But this game, the Texans are a little tricky. I think the Texans in this game, their defense is not bad. So I wouldn't really want to start him. I want to see if they use him again the same way they used him in the prior game. So the Vikings have a schedule that's coming up that's going to be easy. So Justin Jefferson was a good waiver pickup. Now kind of I'm not starting him, but I want to hold him and see what they do in this game.
See if they keep using him in a similar fashion or not.
Yeah, if they do, nice.
You'd be crazy not to start Cook.
Oh, yeah.
And Thielen, I don't know.
That I always have a feeling about that Thielen, and
he's going to get you 39 points, or he'll get you 5.
No, but he's been decent this year. Like he's been solid. He's been consistent. You haven't had a bad game from him.
Yeah, you have.
Still, I had a decent game.
All right.
For the Texans, again, you start Watson. I think Watson's a good start, and the rest of the wide receivers, I'm just like, I don't know. You could start Fuller. You'll get points from Fuller. You could start Cooks. You'll get some points from him.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks is somebody they use and then they don't use. Like they'll use him a lot, and then the next game he'll get 1 or 2 targets.
But about the Vikings defense, their secondary is horrible. So I think if you start Cooks, you should be okay. You might hit big. Same thing with the Fuller, and even Randall Cobb might be an okay start. So on that one, the rest, I mean, David Johnson, you want to start him because he's your probably running back 2, running back 3. He could be a decent flex. Everybody else, and their defense, I think their Texans defense is an okay start because, again, Mr.
Vikings are having issues.
Yeah, they're gonna make mistakes, and of course, Christian Kirk, he makes a lot of mistakes. So, all right, move on.
All right, so Giants at the Rams. Let's do this.
Oh yeah. This is the biggest spread. The Vegas predicts 12.5. Point differential between the Giants and the Rams. So Rams, if they win by 13 and you're betting, you're good. I think they're going to win by more than 13.
I don't know, but sometimes those Giants have a couple of bad games and they come back to hunt.
Not this. No, not again. No. I thought literally I bet on them last week. I thought
last week was tough. They just got Freeman in. Didn't really use him much. The running game was off. Jones wasn't connecting the way that you wanted to. Depending on the work they did this week, I think Giants are going to have a pretty big game. I think this one's going to be close.
I disagree. I'm not starting anybody from the Giants. Evan Ingram, I literally just dropped him for Schultz from the Cowboys in a full point PPR league. I'm not going to trust him again. He's failed me 2 out of the 3 weeks. Golden Tate, again, if you have Golden Tate, you probably have better options. You could use him full point PPR. Devonta Freeman, I can't start him. I don't want to start anybody from this game. At the Rams, with that good defense, they have a decent defense against the run. Again, Ramsey is there. I don't know. I have no confidence in starting anybody from the Giants.
Okay. Well, what about the Rams?
You start Henderson. He's a workhorse. Akers is going to be out. Malcolm Brown, again, he looks like he's just disappearing little by little, kind of fading into that bush. The Simpsons. He's fading away. Cooper Kupp, you start Higbee is now touchdown dependent. It sucks. He used to be like a PPR machine, but he's gone down. Looks like he needs a touchdown to be decent. And then Robert Woods is Robert Woods. They're using him everywhere. So. Yep.
All right, moving on to your favorite game. I'm kidding. Patriots and the Chiefs.
Patriots, man, Cam Newton had a disappointing game. A lot of people had those first 2 games with Cam. He scored like 26 fantasy points and like 30-something. And he went down to like 14 or something like that.
Look, I mean, they figured out a good way to stop Edelman last week. and Cam kind of did whatever he could.
Chiefs defense is not bad, and especially this is at the Chiefs at KC.
Mm-hmm.
Cam is still a start, but I'm shaky. Same thing with Edelman.
Shake.
Yeah, the running backs for the Patriots, I don't know who to start back there. Like, I don't have no confidence in anybody.
It's tough. Yeah.
With the Chiefs, it's a lot easier, right?
So you're not studying what's his name? Buckerhead, Buckhead, Booker T.
Rewind, edit this.
Burkhead. No, don't edit it. I did it the same.
No.
I did it on purpose. Bookerhead, you're not starting Bookerhead?
You do it too much.
Bust ahead, Booker T.
No, I'm not starting Burkhead. Again, he had a good game and he'll disappear this game. I don't know. Like, it's weird with the Patriots. Again, they're using everybody. So I have no confidence starting anybody on the Patriots. The Chiefs, I have a lot of confidence. Right?
Your usually go-tos, Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill. I mean, Watkins, not sure.
Yeah, again, he's actually from last year, he's doing a lot better with getting more targets. So he's, after all those, he's getting some targets. So he might be okay start if you really need somebody to start. So pretty easy game.
All right, Bills and the Raiders.
This is going to be an interesting one. The Bills are finally traveling to the West Coast.
They finally started using Singletary a bit. Still didn't give him a touchdown.
If Moss plays, we'll see. But again, I'm confident starting Singletary. I like what he did last week. Hey, a touchdown would have been great. Huh?
A touchdown would have made my day. I probably would have won. But yeah. No, and they had 4 or 5 opportunities to give Singletary a touchdown, and they didn't, and that hurts.
It's okay. It's going to come. At least he's got a lot of work, and I like to see that. I always like Singletary. It sucks that they drafted Zach Moss, but whatever. Okay. But you start Stephon Diggs. You start Josh Allen. John Brown actually practiced today, Friday. He practiced in full, so he looks good. So Beasley, I was going to say maybe start Cole Beasley, but nah. Bills defense, I would still start because the Raiders, Derek Carr can make mistakes.
What is going on with Carr? He had like a good half season a couple years ago, and then
he had one really good season. He had that big injury. He's like a Wentz, if you remember Carson Wentz.
I remember Carson Wentz, yeah.
After their injuries, yeah.
Do you think it's just a physical or mental aspect to it?
I think it's both.
The feeling has a lot more mental aspects than physical, but
for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs is the only really good start. Waller, he was dealing with injuries, and I don't know what's going on there, but you start him, especially full point PPR leagues. But Renfro's being used a lot more. So
I'd still wait out on him just to kind of give you an idea of what they're going to do with him this year.
The rookies, Ruggs and Edwards, they're both out. Raiders defense, you never use ever.
Why would you?
All right.
Eagles, 49ers.
There's Carson Wentz back. Hey, good news for you, right?
Wentz. From whence has Wentz come? I mean, I want to start him. I didn't start him last week. He still did fairly well as far as fantasy points go. I got to say, you got to.
So here's their practice report from Friday. They only have one wide receiver practicing. Ward. That's it.
Sounds great.
I wouldn't trust Wentz, especially at the 49ers. Looks like their defense is still a good defense. I just think their defensive coordinator is good. He knows how to stream. He knows how to play, how to prepare. So the Eagles coming in, Carson Wentz looking so bad. Not good.
It's sad. It's such a great quarterback.
Me, Miles Sanders is a start. Zach Ertz is a start because Derek. Mr. Goddard is on the IR. So everybody else is a sieve for the Eagles.
Okay.
Sorry.
Kittle must start, obviously.
Yeah, McKinnon looks like he's playing. McKinnon's playing. Jeff Wilson Jr., if you really need to start somebody like that, they're going to use both running backs. Remember, 49ers, they run the ball a lot.
They do. But again, Moster's out, Coleman's out.
Yeah. So Wilson and McKinnon are good starts.
Okay. Any wide receivers on the 49ers you're starting?
Deebo Samuel, I look as he's playing, but he might be limited. So kind of
see what they do. I wouldn't start with him this week. No.
I wouldn't start anybody. I just you want to see what they do. And plus, the Eagles don't have that bad of a pass defense. So.
All right. Falcons at the Packers. I know this is the game you're looking forward to.
Yes.
All right.
Here's the thing that we just talked about. Ridley didn't look good in this practice on Friday. Like, he looked hobbled. So he wasn't like
just full on bursting. It's a hangover, man. It's a hangover.
Well, hopefully, but just monitoring his injury. Hopefully we know something before Sunday. Julio Jones looked good in practice, so I'm happy for that. So he's going to be playing for. It looks like he's playing. Gage is still in the concussion protocol. Matt Ryan.
So Gage is out officially, correct?
Not officially, no. So he
still might play. All right.
And then Matt Ryan for me is still a good start, but I think
How do you not start Matt Ryan?
Because the Packers defense is underrated. Their secondary is underrated. People still are not giving them credit. Packers have been blowing out, and they have these other teams coming back and just garbage time scoring points.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense doesn't look that good. Again, Matt Ryan will make mistakes. He's been making a lot of mistakes. So it's not just blame the wide receivers or blame the Falcons for losing the game. Looks like Matt Ryan under pressure has been making mistakes, and the secondary for the Packers is good.
Okay.
So, Gurley, I'm not starting. It's just so much stuff going on. Hayden Hurst, same thing. It's just I have to start him in a few leagues. Sucks. But
all right. Aaron Rodgers.
You start Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Especially if Devonta Adams doesn't play, then you're kind of
he might be limited on if Devontae Adams plays, he's starting.
He looked good in practice. I watched their practice and he looks good. So I'm full go on Aaron Rodgers, Devonta Adams, Aaron Jones, MVS.
Packers are undefeated this year so far.
What's the 3-0? Yeah.
Okay, so they might limit Adams depending on how much they need him, right?
Exactly. So this might be, hey, let's try to run the ball. Aaron Jones gets 3 touchdowns, and yeah, it could happen. But
so MVS is definitely a start, even if Adams.
You have
plays.
to start, yeah, because those
no
Falcons give up a lot of
Yep.
The Falcons give up a lot of points. So. But MVS is a boomer bust, right? He could really bust for you, or he could really win you a week.
So also, we're running low on time, so.
All right, hey, we're done with the games. So
wrap it up,
guys. Good luck until next week. Hey, hopefully week 4 there's no injuries on Sunday.
And maybe I'll get a win this week.
No, you're going down, dude. You're going down to 0-4.
Dude, come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on. Why would you?
I've never been so confident in a week.
Well, I really, really hope you lose, man. I really do.
Michael Thomas is out. Kamara again is going to go off. So.
Okay. Well, when does Kamara not go off? That's a given. You can't put all your marbles in one player, man.
You could.
I'm telling you, my team's going off this week. I don't know how. I don't know why, but they're doing it.
Hey, I hope Mixon goes off for you, honestly, because
Mixon, and Singletary gets those 2 touchdowns he deserves. Yep, it's happening. This is the week.
Right. So let's go, Mike Evans. Let's go, Mixon. I'm cheering for some of your players, not all. But let's go, Mike Evans. Let's go, Mixon. Let's get some breakout games. All right.
Until next time.
All right, good luck, guys.